Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting technical video. And this is the 15th video of our newly created technical series called ServiceNow Developer. So in my last video, we have understood how we can define a new class inside of a script include, right? And also how you can declare multiple functions. And very importantly, the concept like prototype, the initialize function, all of these things I have already explained. And lastly, I have worked on a use case. It was a complex use case, right? We were able to solve it with the help of defining a class script include and business rule, right? So the whole video was very informative, guys. So if you missed that video, don't worry, I'm going to put the link in the description and also you can find the link here on your screen, right? So I request you go and watch that video because that video will help you a lot to understand this one, right? So it was a continuation. This is the third type of script include that we are going to learn. But the important part is this would be a client callable script include, right? So we have dealt with server side a lot. Now it's time to jump back in the client side and let's see how script include is helping in the client side. Okay, so let's see what are the things that we are going to learn from today's class. All right, so we would start our learning by understanding the third type of script include, which is the extend an existing class. Okay, and then we would see the client callable script include, how we can call the script include from the client side. Okay, next we would see very powerful ServiceNow API, client side API, I would say. This is the GlideAjax, and this is gonna be very interesting, and you are going to use a lot this GlideAjax API, trust me. Now, how we can define GlideAjax? Each and every line, again, I will explain you how you are defining it from the client end and how it is working with the script include. Okay. And finally, we will do a use case so that you can get a clear idea how GlideAjax is working with the script include. Okay. So it's gonna be very informative and interesting video, guys. So make sure you watch the full video to clear those concepts. And again, at any time, if you face any problem, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay. So let's start the class. So extend an existing class script include, which is the last type of script include or the third type of script include. So you can extend an existing class in your new script include. So basically, I have shown you already that how you can define a new class inside of a script include, right? We have dealt with multiple functions and then also I've shown you with the help of use case how you can call those functions, how you can call the script include, right? Now what we are trying to do? Now we are trying to extend an existing class already which is there created in script include. So I'm extending that class or the script include in my new script include so that I can use all those methods whichever it's declared in that script include or in the class. So now here is a method called extends object. So this is a method which is responsible or by the help of which we can directly access the you can use extends object method to extend one of the class that you created previously or any out of the box class. So like I was saying, so any out of the box class you can extend it with the help of this method and we will see practically how this method is working. Okay, so don't worry, and you can access all the methods from the extended script include like I said. So whatever method is there in the extended script include you can use that. Okay, that's the benefit. Finally, you can use it from both server and client side. So we will deal with the client side today. Client callable script include. So the script include that can be called from the client very simply, right? So you need to extend an abstract Ajax processor class script include. So what do I mean by that? So in previous slide, we have just seen that extends object is a method by which we can extend one of the class. Now this abstract Ajax processor class or script include that you need to extend so that you can call the script include from the client end, right? So that you can access the server data from the client. Now it sounds similar, right? So we have already understood two of the way, right? First one is the G underscore scratchpad and second one is the get reference where I have shown you that how you can access server data from the client, right? G underscore scratchpad was the synchronous method. Get reference was the asynchronous, but not the recommended way from ServiceNow. So this is the one, Glide Ajax. With the help of that, we can call the server side data inside of a client, right? And we would see each and every step that we need to learn for that. So first, abstract Ajax processor class or script include that we need to extend. Okay, it is a out of the box script include, like I said. Now, in the abstract Ajax processor, like I said, that when you are extending another script include or class, you can extend those methods also, right? You can use those methods, whatever methods is there. So there is a method called get parameter that we are going to use while doing the use case also. So this is something that helps. So get the value which is sending from the client end, like from the client script maybe, and then sending back to the information to the client. This is how the method works. Okay. And we will see that practically. And finally, when you creating a script include and clicking on the client callable checkbox, you know that it's there. And then automatically this things comes up. So the name of the script include is test here. So var test equal to class.create test.prototype. Now up to this part you already know, I have explained you in the last video. Now here we are doing the extends object. So you see object dot extends object method we are calling it, and then we are calling the class name. Here you need to mention the class name. So I'm calling the class abstract Ajax processor, which is again out of the box class, right? And then here you will write the code. Okay. Now finally GlideAjax. So what is a GlideAjax? So like I said, it's a client side API, right? It is used to call the client callable script include. So basically with the help of GlideAjax, you can access server side data from the client script. So it can be used in client script or UI policy. Now, most of the time, 90 or 95% of the time, you are going to use this GlideAjax in the client script. How we define GlideAjax? Now we need to understand each and every line inside of the client script, how we define the GlideAjax. Then definitely, while doing the use case, I'll show you practically also. So now the first thing that we need to do is that we need to create object of the GlideAjax class, right? So var GA equal to new GlideAjax, and here we need to pass the name of the script include. Now you are telling to the client script that you need to access this script include, right? This is the server data you are trying to access. Next, the method of the GlideAjax. This is the ga.addParam. Okay, addParam is the name of the method. Where now here syspam underscore name. This is I would say this is a reserve variable name. So you have to write it syspam underscore name. So actually that define what is the method you are trying to call from the script include. So we have already seen that in script include we can have multiple methods, right? Multiple function. So which function or which method you are trying to call, right? You must be targeting for a method inside of a script include, right? So that method name you have to use it here. First is a script include name, then it's a method name, right? Now next line again add param. Now here syspam would be the same. So syspam would always be there whenever you are passing a variable and also while mentioning the method name, which was a default one you have to write. So in the next line, you can see syspam is there. I have used variable underscore name. So this is a variable name I'm using. So you can use again anything XYZ ABC. Make sure that it's meaningful in your code, right? And here I'm passing a variable to the script include. Okay, I'm telling the script include name, identifying the method, and also passing the variable. So here I'm passing the variable g underscore from dot get value category. So suppose for an example I've shown you that I'm passing the value of the category field to the script include. So these three steps are done. Now how we are going to send this data to the script include? Now with the help of getXML method, you can see there is a method called getXML. With the help of this method, we are passing all this informations to the script include in the XML format, right? So we know that we have format like XML JSON, right? So we are sending it to the XML format to the script include, right? And also we are defining a callback function here. You can see callback function. So you can give it any name again. This is the name of a function. We are defining the callback function so that the return data which it is coming, we can process it. That's what the asynchronous means, right? We will send the data and at the same time the data will come back. It won't wait for any other process to complete, right? So all this information we are sending in a XML format to the script include, and the return data we are processing in the function callback function. So we are declaring the callback function because we need to write what work we want to do inside of the callback function. Now you can see this is the response. So when you send this information with the help of XML format to the script include, so and in the script include some execution will be done, right? And you will return a value. So you have seen how script include works already. So the return value, so whichever the value is coming, the return value will store in the response object. But again, it is in the XML format. But we need a particular value or particular thing that we are looking for, not the XML format, right? So now how we can get the value? So we need to kind of unwrap unwrap the XML and need to get the value. So we are declaring a variable result, and there with the help of the response object response dot response XML dot document element, and we need to use this method get attribute. Okay, and Then answer. So what is this answer? I'll show you in the next slide. When you'll see the XML, which is returning from the script include, there is a variable answer which contains the return result. I mean, actual result from the script include, the return value, you could say. Okay, and that answer variable we are trying to access with the help of get attribute method. Okay, so once we are getting it, it is storing in the result variable, and then we are just maybe we are printing the result, doing the alert in the client side, right? So this is how each and every steps work in the GlideAjax. Now, very importantly, you can see this is the example of XML returned from a script include I was talking. So this is how this is the XML format. So you can see there is an answer right here, XML answer and then hello root. So this is some example. So I've got this screenshot from the Now Learning platform. So you can see the answer variable, it's highlighted in red. So this is what we try to access from the client script. Also, this is spam name. This is a method name. You can see alert greeting. All other information are returned from the script include, right? It's time to move on to the use case. So very simple use case that we are going to do. That is in the incident, when the caller changes, the email should also get changed simultaneously. So it should not wait for anything. So also we have done this use case with the help of get reference. But I have told you, right, that get reference is not a ServiceNow recommend method. So also I have shared the reason with you why you should not use it, right? So definitely when you will work as a developer, you will use the glide ajax a lot, not get reference. Or you can use sometime get g underscore scratchpad also. That's fine, but not the get reference. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I'm in my personal developer instance. So quickly, I'm gonna show you the incident. So let's open any incident so that I can show you. So you can see we have created a field called email here. So whenever I'm gonna change the caller, something like that, so the email will come up in this field, right? So let's see how we can do that. So first, let's understand what we need to do. Definitely, we are going to use the script include and also the client script. So from the client, we need to send the user details, right? The sysid of the user to the script include. Because in the script include, we are going to do the glide record in the sys underscore user table. Then we will search the user whose sysid is the same which we are sending from the client script, right? And then we'll do the query. We are going to return the email field value, right? So that's what we need to execute here, right? So let's do that. So we actually need to open the client script and the script include together. So let me open the client script first. So I'm going to create a new client script, and I'll also open the script include because probably you guess it now, because while doing the glide ajax, I need the script include name and the method name also. So I will open the script include, right? So let me click a new script include. Now here I'm going to give it a name at get problem. This is the name of the script include. Now, while I do the tab, you can see all this information filled up and it will be client callable. So the moment you click on the client callable checkbox here, so you can see automatically it's extend object, the abstract Ajax processor. So you don't need to write it. So whenever the client callable checkbox will be ticked, this will automatically come up. I mean, automatically script include will extend this class or script include because this is what you need to access the server data from the client side. Okay, so the abstract Ajax processor we are already extending, right? So here, let me define a function. So what we're gonna do is that, so maybe like get email ID. Okay, get email ID. So then colon and then function, right? This is how we declare function inside of a script include. You know it already. And then, right? So now we have the function name and the script include name, right? So we can directly use it now. So the scripting, so the client script, I'm going to name it as passing user. So that's what we are going to do. We're passing the user information to the script include and we'll get the return data. Okay, type should be on change. So whenever we'll change the caller field, it will work. So type on change, it's fine. Then caller. So whenever the caller field will change. Now here in the client script, so we will simply start with var GA new GlideAjax. So we are creating object of GlideAjax. And here we are passing the name of the script include. So I'll see the name get problem, copy and paste it here. First line, then ga dot add param. So this is a method we know. Now there's a default variable. So uh, sysperm sysperm underscore a name. Okay. And then here in this string, we need to pass the name of the method that we are trying to access. So for this case, it's this method. So in a script include, there could be multiple methods. So you need to mention which method you're trying to call. You tell that you need to tell the information in the GlideAjax. So I'll copy the method name, and this is the name of the method. Now what I need to pass is, I need to pass the user details, right? So the caller details, whichever the caller is selected. So I'll use sysspam, and this time I'm gonna name it like maybe user details, something like that, details. Now I'm going to pass it. So I'll use g underscore form. So in the same way you see, I mean, in my last video, while passing from the business rule, we use a method like gs.getUserID or like current.sysids, things like that. But this is a client script. We cannot use all those stuff. So we need to pass the g underscore dot form dot get value. So it will take the sysid of the user, which is mentioned in the caller field, and then it will store inside of syspam user details in this variable, right? Now it's time to send the variable to the script include, because we have already done all that stuff. So ga dot get xml. Okay, this is a very powerful method, guys. So inside of it, I'm going to name the callback function. So maybe email details. Again, you can give anything. Okay, this is the callback function. Now getXML will send the data to the script include and also store, and the date and the return result which will come will be processed by the callback function. And that is the reason it is asynchronous, right? So we are going to define the function email details. Okay, and here response. Now response will store the return result, whichever it's coming in the XML format. So again, we need to unwrap it to get the actual value, which is the answer variable, right? I have already explained you. So where email ID equal to response dot response XML, okay, dot document element, okay. Then we are going to use get attribute method of the response object, get attribute, and here I gonna need the answer, okay. And why it is answer, I've already explained you. So I hope it's clear now. Now in g underscore form dot set value, now I need to set value of the email field, right? So this is my incident form. So you can see u underscore email. So set value u underscore email, and you are going to pass the email ID. That's it. Okay. You are done with the client script. Now in the script include, first the variable that I'm sending here. So this user details I'm sending to the script include in this variable spam user details. So this has to store in this script include, right? So we need to get that. So I'm going to use var user maybe, and then this dot get parameter. So get parameter is one of the method from the abstract Ajax processor class. Okay. So get parameter, and that helps to get the parameter, get the value, get the passing value from the client script. So here I am going to paste the name of the variable which I use in the client script. Okay, now I'll simply do the glide record in the user table. So glide record, and here I will pass the sys underscore user, right? Now gr dot add query. So here sys id would be the user details that is storing in the user field. So again, I'm getting this information from the client. So now gr.query. So if the record is found, so if gr.next is there, then return the gr.email field, right? That's it. So I need to mention a comma here, and that should be done. So again, now if you want to save a client callable script include, now this is something newly added in ServiceNow, that you need to mention a rule here. Now you need to mention a role here. Okay, it could be an existing role or you can create a new role. So this role, so only if the user is having this role, so for them this thing will work, this use case will work, right? So for the timing I'll do admin. Also I'll let you know in the description how you can turn off this, right, if you don't need it from the property table. So for the time being, I'll choose admin and click OK. And our client script also needs to save, right? All good. Now we will try to execute. So I opened a random incident. So I will change the name able tutor to something like this one. Okay, so it's not coming. Let me do the debugging. So in the client script, I think I've missed something. All right, so okay, I didn't send the value. So I need to send the value underscore form dot get value, and here I need to pass the name of the field, right? And the field name is the caller. So which is the caller ID, sorry. So I need to pass caller underscore ID. That's it. Done. Now I'll come back here. Now let me, so I've refreshed it again. So this time it should work. You can see the email is coming. So I'll try with other user. You can see. So this is how, with the help of the client script, you can call the server side data in this script include, right? And this is very, very powerful. This is not, again, this is recommended by ServiceNow. Trust me, if you understand this process, it will help you a lot. This GlideAjax and client callable script include, because being a ServiceNow developer, again, I'm saying you need to use this a lot in your daily life. Okay, so again, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel and also follow me on Instagram. Now in the next video, we will see how we can return multiple value from the script include, and we can access it in this client script and do a lot more things, right? So it's gonna be very, very interesting. See you in my next video. Bye bye, take care.